I stopped buying lemon pepper years ago, and you wouldn't believe how easy it is to make your own. Hi friends, it's Nancy here. If you enjoy simple, homemade cooking and real, fresh flavors, you're gonna love this. Today, I'll show you how to turn fresh lemon peels into a vibrant, aromatic lemon pepper seasoning right in your own kitchen. It doesn't require special equipment or complicated techniques. Just a little patience and one important detail that makes all the difference. Once you try it, you may never reach for the bottled version again. Let's start with the most important step, choosing the right lemons. Choose lemons that feel firm and slightly heavy for their size. The skin should look bright and smooth, not dull or wrinkled. Since we're using the peel, freshness really matters. That vibrant yellow layer holds the natural oils that give us that clean citrus aroma. At this point, we're ready for one of the most hands-on parts of this process, removing the lemon peel carefully and correctly. Start with a clean, completely dry lemon. Hold it steady in your non-dominant hand. If you're using a small knife, position the blade just under the yellow surface. Keep the blade almost flat against the fruit so you don't cut too deep. Slowly guide the knife forward, lifting the peel in long, thin strips. Work your way around the lemon little by little instead of trying to remove everything at once. If you prefer using a spoon, start by taking a small knife and trimming off the stem end of the lemon. Then use the knife to make one lengthwise slit down the side of the lemon. Be careful not to cut into the flesh. Next, slide the tip of the spoon in between the bright yellow peel and the fruit through the slit you just made. Keep the spoon positioned right under the peel and gently push it forward while turning the lemon with your other hand. Use steady, even pressure so the spoon lifts away the outer yellow peel without cutting too deep into the white pith underneath. While we're here, I'd love to share why making your own lemon pepper seasoning at home is truly worth trying. Store versions often contain additives and a lot of salt, and over time the lemon flavor fades. When you make it at home, you control everything. You decide the salt level, the pepper strength, and how bold the lemon tastes. It's fresher, cleaner, and such a simple change can make everyday cooking feel better. Now, let's go back to the lemon peels you've just separated. Take a moment to look at the thickness of each strip. Thicker pieces tend to hold more moisture and will take longer to dry. If you notice any pieces that are thicker than the others, trim them down a bit so everything dries evenly and the final texture turns out more consistent and uniform. After you've separated the lemon peel, don't skip the cleaning step. Even if the lemon was washed earlier, the peel you just removed may still have a light wax coating or small surface impurities left on it. Place the lemon peels in a bowl of clean water with a little salt dissolved in it. Let them soak for about 5 minutes. This helps loosen any remaining wax coating and lifts away dust or residue that may still cling to the skin. Since we're using the peel directly in our seasoning, this step helps ensure a cleaner, fresher flavor. Once they've finished soaking, rinse the lemon peels thoroughly under running water. Gently rub each piece with your fingers to make sure the surface feels clean and smooth. Then lay the peels out on a clean kitchen towel and pat them dry. It's important to let the peels dry completely before moving on. If the peels are still damp, the extra moisture will extend the drying time later and may affect the final texture. Taking a few extra minutes here makes the process more careful and professional, and it helps protect the bright, clean citrus aroma we want in the final blend. From here, we move on to the drying step, and this part truly determines how your lemon pepper seasoning will turn out. Preheat your oven to 170 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 76 degrees Celsius. This is a low temperature, and that is exactly what we want. Drying the lemon peel slowly at a low temperature helps preserve that bright yellow color and protects the natural oils inside. If the heat is too high, the peel will darken quickly and lose its fresh citrus aroma. I still remember the first time I dried lemon peel. I turned the oven temperature up higher because I was impatient. The peel darkened very quickly, and the fragrance was no longer as fresh as I had hoped. That was when I truly understood how important low heat really is. First, line a baking sheet with parchment paper and spread the lemon peel out in a single layer. Make sure the pieces are not overlapping. Good air circulation will help the peel dry more evenly. Drying time can range from about 45 minutes to 2 hours. The exact time depends on how thick your peels are. Thinner strips will dry faster, while thicker pieces naturally hold more moisture and need more time. That's why keeping the thickness consistent earlier makes this step easier. About halfway through, you can gently flip the peels to help them dry evenly. If your kitchen feels humid, or if you notice moisture building up inside the oven, you can crack the oven door slightly to allow steam to escape. This helps prevent sogginess. To check if they're ready, take one piece out and let it cool for a minute. Then try to bend or break it. Properly dried peels should snap cleanly and feel crisp, not soft or flexible. Once the peels are completely dry, it's time to grind them. Add the dried lemon peels to a spice grinder or small blender. Instead of running the machine continuously, pulse in short bursts. Blend for a few seconds, then stop and check the texture. This prevents overheating, which can affect the aroma. After a few pulses, you should see a coarse powder forming. If you prefer a finer texture, pour the ground mixture through a fine sieve. The smaller particles will pass through, while the larger pieces stay behind. Return the coarse bits to the grinder and pulse again until they reach the consistency you want. And just like that, your lemon powder is ready, smelling bright, clean, and naturally fresh. Now let's go ahead and mix up our lemon pepper seasoning. To begin, I add 3 teaspoons of freshly ground lemon powder to a small bowl. This will be the main flavor base. It brings a bright citrus aroma and gives the seasoning its fresh, signature character. Next, add 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. The pepper adds gentle heat and a sharp, slightly woody note. It balances the brightness of the lemon and gives the blend a little kick without overpowering it. Then add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. The salt enhances both the lemon and the pepper. It helps bring all the flavors forward and makes the seasoning taste complete. Use a spoon to mix until the color and texture look even throughout. Take a small pinch and taste it. This is the moment to adjust. If you want it brighter, add a bit more lemon powder. If you like more heat, sprinkle in extra pepper. If it tastes flat, a small pinch of salt. Mix again after adjusting. Once it tastes balanced to you, your homemade lemon pepper seasoning is ready to use. So, how can you use your homemade lemon pepper seasoning in your daily cooking? Let's walk through it together. One of the easiest ways is with chicken breast. Before baking or grilling, lightly coat the chicken with olive oil, then sprinkle the lemon pepper evenly on both sides. Let it sit for about 15 minutes so the flavor can settle in. As it cooks, the citrus aroma becomes bright and fresh, and the pepper adds a gentle kick. For something comforting, try it on roasted potatoes. Cut the potatoes into wedges. Toss with oil. Then coat evenly with the seasoning before roasting. As they bake, the edges turn golden and slightly crisp, and the lemon pepper adds a bright, savory finish. These simple ideas make it easy to picture exactly how to use your blend right away. Finally, spoon your finished lemon pepper mixture into a clean, completely dry glass jar with a tight-fitting lid. Make sure there's no moisture inside the container, since even a small amount of humidity can affect the texture and flavor over time. Seal the lid tightly and store the jar in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight and steam, such as inside a cabinet. Avoid keeping it near the stove where heat and moisture build up. If stored properly, your homemade lemon pepper seasoning can keep its bright aroma and fresh flavor for several months. There's something truly satisfying about making your own seasoning at home. It may seem like a small thing, but when you open that jar and smell the fresh lemon aroma, you know exactly what went into it. No fillers, no artificial flavors. I really encourage you to try this at least once. It's easier than it looks, and the flavor difference is worth it. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more simple, healthy kitchen ideas. Take care of yourself, eat well, and I'll see you in the next recipe.